Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Arsenal.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So straight into the action.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing, and that he basically excels at. He's fantastic. Once he comes inside, anything is possible.
Chance! Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come. Shot a goal! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
João Neves. Batistuta. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now João Neves. This is a promising build-up. Arsenal with the corner, they're first. Hazard plays it short. Has to go back here. Indonesia have the chance to go the other way. Cristiano Ronaldo. Great vision. Lofted in. Hazard. Looking for options for movement. And no, that was never going to make it. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And that is a little undercooked.
Indonesia are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Roberto Carlos. Now, who's going to be... And again! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Indonesia really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Lampard on a strong run here. Albert Ferrer, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. João Neves. Indonesia do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
And it's Azar. Knocks it into space. It's Ibrahimovic! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught on it here! Defending of the desperate variety. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. And he's intervened well there. João Neves. Shevchenko. Short changes him with that pass. Lampard, can he get it through?
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Alexander-Arnold. João Neves. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Lampard. And this is Ibrahimovic. Azar. A player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Can he get on the end of this? No, it's come to nothing. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Great defending, strong and determined.
Indonesia truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Vinicius Junior. Lam. Tries to play it through. Hazard receives it in a... Oh, good effort! It's a goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Certain, searing and imperious.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And it's Lam. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
What's going wide left? And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Indonesia have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Lam is always looking to play quality balls. Oh, good climb! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Now, can they get him away? That is good alertness. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Roberto Carlos. Roberto... Chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Ibrahimovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
A header ball's run loose here. Firm header, just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Alexander-Arnold. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. Things already rolling. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. No way through. Oh, what has happened here? Oh, that's fabulous.
Real chance! It's there!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Yeah, that's exactly what they required, but they need to be careful now. That goal could serve as a wake-up call for the hosts.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Rijkaard. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And that pass just didn't quite work. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you can see his annoyance.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
That's a cute ball. Francesco Esposito picks it up out wide. And that is a little undercooked. Shot could time, Olu! And he gets rid in a hurry. Played with finesse. Oh, that was vital. Inter Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. And Hullet! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Esposito.
Inter definitely like their pressing from the front.
It's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Now it's De Bruyne. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Gattuso is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Gattuso, brilliantly cut out. De Bruyne, and it's Barella. That's destined for the flank. Now it's Martinez. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Great ball if he can get there. Well timed, excellent interception. He's had a shot! Oh, good finish! Inter are back in business! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Thuram. And here's Schneider. And that's really well manoeuvred. De Bruyne can so cleverly bypass the press. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Hullet. Oh, he's been caught napping. Plays it across. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And it's Hullet. Shapes to shoot! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Rui Costa can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, talk about being caught.
Snyder! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Getting up there! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Pass isn't the best. Tries to pass it through. Oh, he's found support out wide. Snyder takes a shot. He's scored. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Oh, now he can run away. There's the shot! And he's gone backward here. Schneider. Martinez. Dumfries. Now Martinez. And that was asking for too much. And that brings the first half to a close. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goal.
And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. I do think he's feeling the effects of that tackle. Lacking in accuracy.
I was expecting him to play it in until I saw his run-up.
Dumfries. Francesco Esposito chasing after it. Now it's Martinez. And here's Çalhanoğlu. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Rui Costa. And it's Snyder. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. And he should have made them pay.
Ibrahimovic deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Inter Milan have their second corner now. Oh, he's been caught. Chance for a shot! And that's a sharp finish. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will, and that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom, and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, hello and welcome to you all on this opening day. Two teams, each seeking the perfect pick-me-up start at the expense of each other. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So off we go then. And when these two meet, generally speaking, sparks fly. Ibrahimovic playing game number 100 for his current employers.
Yeah, this is the first big landmark he'll hit, Peter, so I'm not sure he sees any real significance in it, but to me, it's a foundation that can only stand him in good stead for the remainder of his career.
Muric. Bastoni. To Çalhanoğlu. Bastoni. Gattuso producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. That's a cute ball. Ferry kept his eye on it, and he's there. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Baresi. And it's Denzel Dumfries. There's the crossfield ball. DiMarco. In by DiMarco. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
No, he refuses to take the bait. It's a pretty loose pass. Threads one in. Rijkaard, he's got away, tries to cross. Muric clears without hesitation. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Can he get on the end of this? And here's Schneider.
Decent attempt, that, just a little mistimed.
And it's been hooked away. Batistuta did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And they can counter here. He's shifting through the gears here. Now that looks a decent ball.
A few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Nicely aimed pass. Gattuso! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And a header! Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you...
Oh no, this does not look good. Oh, he's all alone. Shoots! And he's stuck it away. A century of appearances and a goal so richly deserved. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
Inter Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Now it's Schneider. He's picked his way through. Crunching tackle. Schneider was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now it's Thuram. Now it's Batistuta. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Looking for the run, and this is Schneider. And he's lost his man here. It's Schneider! That's a decent clearance. Thuram. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Knocks it into space. It's Rui Costa. Gattuso has quite the footballing brain. He's almost shot a goal! They want to be quick to recover this. In towards the back stick. No way through, so back it comes. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. It's a searching pass. Dumfries. Great defending, strong and determined. So what can they make of this? And he's managed to get rid. And this is Ibrahimovic. Didn't quite work for him. Dumfries gets it clear. Schneider with the clearance. Looking to play him in. Rui Costa. Now then, the ball's come. Oh, what has happened here? Tries to get it clear. It's loose here, and they'll want to reclaim it. Played it again. And it's half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Inter clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. Inter Milan sitting pretty here. 2 goals putting them into the driving seat. The second half is up and running. Tries to pass it through. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, Peter, I think the smartest of reactions, and he just attacked the danger.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he shoots! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him! About as smooth as it gets. And they are disappearing out of sight. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest.
Can he finish? Played with speed from back to front. Gattuso. Now it's Rui Costa.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Well, it's Batistuta. That's good running with the ball.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Nesta proves too strong.
Inter are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Gattuso, a picture of focus and alertness. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Batistuta. And it's Batistuta. Anguissa. Schneider. Rijkaard. That's been cut out, well played. Not the most accurate pass. Schneider. Now Gattuso engages and forces him off the ball. And he is deftly away. Maldini. Nakata does really well to win the ball there. And here's Batistuta. Now this could be a chance. Schneider. Rijkaard. Hullet.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
And he's worked it through. Oh, that's fabulous. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Gattuso. Rijkaard. And it's Gattuso. Pass somewhat off target. Anguissa carries the ball down the right. He won't be happy with that one. Just about up to 75 minutes. And here's Hullet. Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And the referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. A moment to savour for all of us. Lined up on the start line, their eyes fixed on the prize. It is the ultimate calm before the inevitable storm. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way. Lorenzo Insigne looking every bit the turbocharged menace that he is. He's raring to go here.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of his, Peter. Very technically astute.
Leicester has given away a free kick. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Del Piero. Ribery just eases him off the ball. Rijkaard. Can he get on the end of this? And he's made sure that's not getting through. Gattuso. It's Seedorf. Lovely pass. Oh, shooting chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
And that has been cleared. Crosses it in. Oh, great leap! No, just not quite.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
That pass isn't the best. Ribery tries to pass it through. And the shot! Goal! The first significant strike. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Maldini wins the duel this time. Gently done. And it's Seedorf.
Inter are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Maldini. Rui Costa. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
Piemonte always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
Rui Costa conjures time and space where few can. Rui Costa will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And this is Schneider. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Rijkaard. Schneider is someone with real dynamite in his boots. No, again there's no way through. Threads one in. Referee has just said play on. Now it's Del Piero. And it's Rui Costa. And here's Hullet.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's there to retrieve it. Ribéry. And this is Pato. Gets a good foot in there. Rui Costa. And here's Pato. Pass is just off target.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's only too happy to take that back. Rijkaard.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Pato. Serginho. He has found the way through. Maldini did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And the through ball. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Rui Costa. Now there's a fine ball. And this is decent chance! He won't be happy with that one. And it's Hullet. Lorenzo Insigne. Now he's got space here. Neatly clipped into space.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Maldini. Rui Costa. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Ribéry. Oh, that's delightful. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Inter Milan go in at half-time with a game to chase.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 7, Alexandre Pato, numero 17. Lasciano il campo per il numero 15, il numero 21.
So off we go again.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
And a chance! And it's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third. The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's picked out the run. Good read, needed to be. And it's been hooked away. And he thumps it clear. Gullit being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Maldini cuts out the pass. More and more pressure on the ball here. Ferry. And it's Thuram. That's a sharp pass. Well, that looks a decent ball. Del Piero. And Del Piero! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
Gattuso to Maldini, and this is Gullit. Maldini, and he's looking to catch him up. Rui Costa, Seedorf, Adriano. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Gattuso, and it's Rijkaard. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tries to play it through. He's had a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Ibrahimovic chasing after it. Rijkaard. Bergomi. Seedorf. Ball is over the line.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 8, Ribery. Numero 27. Lasciano il campo per il numero 20, il numero 22.
That's an imaginative pass. And here's Del Piero. Del Piero running with intent. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Rui Costa. Great vision. And this is Hullet. Hullet! And how did he not put that away?
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if they were just one down as opposed to two.
Seedorf. Çalhanoğlu. Can he get it through? And that's another good win of the ball. And here's Schneider. Couldn't squeeze it through. It's Rui Costa. Nicely weighted ball. Looking for the run. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done. Now it's Del Piero. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Çalhanoğlu unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. It's a pretty loose pass. That's a little off target. And here's Hullet, looking for options for movement. Driven in, tries to get it clear.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to come back from this.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish Heady ambitions here, ahead of a game of massive consequence. The objectives are clear. To miss out on them would be unthinkable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So that's got things underway. Yet another page in the history of this grand old rivalry. Nothing but absolute focus in the eyes of Gennaro Gattuso, Jim, and no doubt he will be relishing every part of the battle.
Yeah, the very epitome of competitiveness and relentlessness. I mean, he's a real menace in every sense of the word. If you're on the ball, he'll chase you to the ends of the earth and back. I'm going to say only nice things about him for fear of him coming after me. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And here's Batistuta. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And it's played in. That's not going far. What has happened here? He's shifting through the gears here. Nesta, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Seedorf. Serginho. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Rijkaard. Couldn't squeeze it through. And it's Seedorf. Nice interception, well timed. Rui Costa. Gattuso. So what can they make of this? And here's Batistuta. Batistuta. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. He has a look up. Chance! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Yeah, the goal was really well worked. Look, the game is a constant search for space, and he found the pocket.
Milan penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, he's certainly
Getting up there! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, it's probably going to take something very special to beat him today. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
He leaps for it! Of course! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Platini. Platini going face-to-face with his great rival. Rui Costa can so cleverly bypass the press. Now it's Vieri. Oh, they can break here. That is very well defended. And here's Vieri. Short changes him with that pass. Rui Costa. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Rijkaard. And Serginho. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Platini. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And here's Vieri. And that's a dangerous ball. Seedorf cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
He's picked his way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Played in with purpose. Seedorf has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Milan disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Looking to play him in. Nesta calmly anticipates. Costa Curta. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Always onto this. He's found a way through. There's a no-nonsense tackle. And that signals the end of the first period. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. The second half is up and running.
Inter clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Nesta is very much of the non-shall-pass school of defending. Pass is just off target. Tries to pass it through. Nesta promptly onto that, and that is that. Ball's gone out of play. Serginho, lovely pass, but can he get there? Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And Inter now could counter-attack. Nicely weighted ball. He's having a shot! It's there! That was a given. It always was.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Inter Milan leading now.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Rijkaard.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now...
Tries a shot! And a goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Milan dragged themselves back again.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And it's Rijkaard. Oh, this is a great position. Platini, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Stood up well to him there. Who saw this coming? So close to victory, and it has got away. Oh, this looks sharp. Thuram. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Well, that looks a good ball through. Nesta deals with that comfortably. Thuram. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Zanetti. Half an hour gone in the second half.
That pressing is so good, it's nice and early. Milan really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Now it's Ibrahimovic.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Inter Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined.
And the shot! This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Good read, needed to be. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Can he get on the end of this? Rui Costa. And it's Schneider. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Threads one in. Space for him to turn and look. And this is Rui Costa. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. Inter Milan, with the clock ticking away, have a chance to change the whole picture. Drama over the penalty spot. And he does it with ice in his veins.
A picture of confidence. That was never missing.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Inter Milan can celebrate now. They have exactly what they craved.